Next up, we're going to be talking to Prachi and the topic is advocacy and gender lens impacting investing. So if you want to hear about that, Prachi is the one to listen to, and Prachi is from Investing in Women. So I'd like to welcome them to the stage.
Thanks, Ben. Hi, everyone. This is Prachi Maheshwari representing Investing in Women, a DFAT program in Southeast Asia. In my brief presentation, I will introduce gender lens investing and use investing in women as an example to showcase what capital providers here in the room can do to promote gender equality through their commercial investments. Next slide, please. As you all know, female economy, their wealth and purchasing power is on the rise. Gender lens investing enables you to capture this social and economic value through an intentional integration of gender analysis. Next slide, please. To capture the value of growing female economy, investors and businesses have three pathways. First, investors can invest in women-led and owned businesses, and you would predominantly see this strategy in private equity markets. Second, investors can invest and promote workplace equity, and you would see this strategy more in public markets. And lastly, one of the most difficult strategies of the three, investors can invest and enable their investees to capture the female economy through their value chain and products and services. But across these three pathways, the gender lens investing journey really starts with gender analysis, and which in turn would inform your investment strategy, and allows you to realign your organization structure and investment processes. Next slide, please. So here I'm showing a simplified version of impact investing ecosystem to show that on the left side you have capital providers, and they could play a very catalytic role by demanding intentional gender lens to their investment funds, which are in the middle. And lastly, and then these investment funds in turn can demand gender lens investing strategies from their investment targets, which are businesses. So I would now use investing in women as an example to show how we as a capital providers catalyze gender lens investing ecosystem in Southeast Asian region. Next slide. So investing in women started in 2015, and it's a DFAT program for women economic empowerment in Southeast Asia. Our goal was to increase intentional investments in women-led businesses in the region. And we took a two-pronged approach. On the direct market intervention side, we used blended finance to catalyze gender lens funds in the region. And we did that by providing seed investments to existing and new impact investors in the region to launch their gender lens fund. And our mandate was the first pathway. We asked them to invest in women-led and women-owned businesses. In addition, we also provided them operational support to strengthen the pipeline of women's SMEs. And lastly, we brought in global gender lens expert to help them realign their investment processes and their organizational structure and culture. On the other hand, we work with industry partners, with global experts, with stakeholders, networks to build the business case for investing in women-led businesses. Next slide. So over the last 4 to 5 years, we seeded 9 gender lens investing funds in the region. And I'm sure you must have come across some of them in Southeast Asia. Next slide. So as I mentioned, we were using blended finance approach with the expectation to bring in private sector leverage. And as you can see, for each dollar provided to these 9 funds in the region, they brought in $2.2 of private sector investments in gender lens investing. And cumulatively, these funds invested $31 million in 28 enterprises in Southeast Asia. But more importantly, many of these funds went on to launch their follow-on funds in the region, and they're raising $300 million to invest with Gender Lens. Next slide. So as I close my presentation, I urge all the capital providers in the region to, one, use your clout and demand change. Use your power on the boards and as stakeholders, encourage adoption of gender lens among your investees. Two, whether internally within your organizations or in your investee funds, companies, as impact investors, please insist on more women on executive teams. Three, as an impact investor, examine your screening, due diligence, and investment decision processes to see where are the existing gender biases which are preventing you from realizing the market opportunities. Four, as you know, women remain underrepresented in the investment field. So promote workplace gender equality, promote more women leaders in your organizations. Last but not the least, just begin. Start somewhere, experiment, and gradually shift from your unintentional support to women to intentional gender lens in your investments. Thank you.
Prachi, that's awesome. Thank you very much.